So this is a difficult video for me to make because it's going to sound like some humble brag or some slick way to draw attention, and it's neither of those things, okay? This is a thing that is difficult for me to put into words. Not that I can't find the words, I just don't think people will receive the message the way that I intend. But we're gonna try it anyway. I'm gonna put it out there, I'm gonna put the energy out there. We'll see if the video gets out there, and then go from there, right? And just see how people behave. Some of you are gonna see this as a first world problem, right? Like this is gonna be a thing where Scott did some stuff and put himself in a situation that Scott created, right? And oh darn, Scott's life is so difficult in that moment. But I'm gonna share it, talk about it, whatever. I'm not looking to get into like any drawn out or protracted therapy sessions with anybody about it. It's just a thing that I decided to discover, and when I discovered it, it depressed me for days. So, not that long ago, someone, and I'm actually struggling to remember who it was, someone asked me, we were talking about my schedule and all the things that I do. And they asked me, they said, well, do you do like 100 things a year? And I was like, I don't know. I've not really counted them. And so I thought about that a little bit, and then eventually I decided to sit down and make that list and see what the number might be. And I had to make some qualifiers for it. Like at first I was like, let me just pick all the Scott things. So if you go on my website, there's all the Scott things, right? Poetry readings, appearances, panel discussions, things that are specifically mine and in my capacity as an artist for the most part. But then I said, well, I don't think that they're asking just for this list. I think what they're commenting on is how busy I am. I was going to say appear, but actually am. And I think that they're asking about some of the other things that I do too, that aren't just Scott specific. So like Streetlight Guild stuff, right? And so I said, okay, so I had a number and a list of just Scott things. Again, that was already on the website. And then I added my commitments at Streetlight Guild. And so these are instances or events or whatever where I have to be present for the thing to occur or to let somebody in the door or what have you. And that made my list explode. And when I got to that number, things got very difficult for me. To be clear, there were things that I did not count in the list, right? So for instance, if somebody booked Streetlight Guild and I had to come let them in and then I leave, I don't count that. I didn't count meetings. I didn't count gallery exhibit prep times. So for instance, while Halloween, the mini village might be 7 days long, I don't count the 4 weeks in front of it where I'm working on it every day. I don't count travel time. I didn't count writing assignments. I didn't count board work or meetings. And I didn't count reading assignments, right? So like if somebody gave me their manuscript and wanted me to go through, I don't count that. Most of this is all public facing stuff. So the things that I do count are the Streetlight Guild events that I host and like podcasts or press interviews. I count those things and then everything else that's on the list. And so the number came up and it was, at the time of the list, it was 107 commitments is what it is. And the minute I saw that number, I got very depressed. Like 107 is almost a third of my year doing things. And like, that looks fun. Like, all the things on that list are things that I want to do. That's why I agreed to do them or created them, right? Like, it's not like anybody who has me booked for the rest of the year should be like, dag, Scott about to cancel on me. No, that's not what's fitting to happen. I'm just talking. But that's a really big number. In the minute that I saw that number, I became, as I said, very angry, very depressed. I got tired. Like 107 commitments, not counting all the other things that I mentioned, is huge. That's enormous. It's huge. And it's why I'm tired all the time. Like, I'm exhausted all the time. It's why I get mad at certain things. It's why I get mad at certain people if like they're really not doing anything, but they're complaining about everything. Like, it explains a lot, right? It explains why my grass can't stay cut, all kinds of stuff, right? So, and I made the list. It's like 3 pages. It's just these 3 pages. It's just constant appearances, constant events, gallery hours, because I'm at the gallery hours here, book clubs. It's like all kinds of things. And again, I want to do all these things. I think they're cool things, and other people think they're cool as well. But it's a lot. And this 2025 is the year when I cut down my commitments. So I don't know what 2024's number was or 2023's number was. I just know it was more. And that is particularly distressing, because I thought I was making some headway in terms of my commitments going down so that I could better provide, quality assurances to the things that I commit to. And just looking at that is like, keep going, killer, keep going. This explains why I don't have the gas in me to write like I should. And again, I can almost hear it now where people are like, here's the one I really hate. You did it to yourself. Like, that is the most unhelpful thing you could tell to someone in my position, especially when like we're doing it not just for ourselves, right? We're doing it for community, for people, for audience. Like, that's so unhelpful. Never say that to somebody. Like, they know that. They know that they agreed to those things. So all you're doing is making them feel bad about having said yes to wonderful things. So don't do that. Something else that really frustrates me about this is the ready advice that people give is you can delegate. Okay, so let's talk about that. There are things that theoretically I could delegate. Theoretically. Not much though, right? I can't delegate interviews and podcasts and readings and designing film series and designing Harlem Renaissance Remix or Shedden or book club. Theoretically I could hand off book clubs, but I think part of the appeal is that I'm the one doing it. There's just so many things on here that I have to do. I agreed to do. And so it's not really a delegate situation, right? The problem isn't Streetlight Guild. Streetlight Guild exists in and of itself. The problem is me. I have to do less so I can do more better. And so that's where things are at. I don't have any answer to that. I've been thinking about this for weeks since the question was asked, and I came up with the number. But at the end of the day, I don't have any answer yet, and neither do you. I just want to be clear about that. If you watch this and you're like, all he got to do is ba 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 ba, and I promise you, nobody is thinking about this more than me. When I come up with the answer, you'll know. Um, and I think part of me coming up and deciding to do it, present it this way to the public is I'm tired of hearing myself say this to people. How are you doing, Scott? I'm doing all right. Wow, you look really busy. Well, I am really busy. Man, you do so much, and da da da. And then it turns into a question about my schedule, and then I start doing this. And I want to stop doing this to you in person when we see each other. So maybe this will get it out of the system, and I can move on and figure this out, right? Ideally, in an ideal world, I would just be a writer. But then, so many things would not happen. This wouldn't happen if I were just a writer, right? And I'm not ready to give that up, right? Let's not talk crazy. So anyhow, I think that's all I have to say without starting to repeat myself. I may have more on this later, but I do know that it has to be fixed because I just agreed to my first gig in 2026, right? We're not even halfway through this year, and I'm already starting to book in 2026. And the minute, and it's a gig that I love to do. I really want to do it, and I agreed to do it already. But it was also this feeling. This feeling came up like, is this how it begins, right? And so I want that to go away too. And so some things have to happen. I'm not 100% sure of the things. The reason why you can't particularly advise me on the things is because you don't know the scope of the things. You haven't even seen this list, let alone all the other things, right? So yeah, I think that's what I got.